Hey everyone, I'm Jen Heebink. Welcome to DAPE 2020, Creating a Virtual Classroom. And I don't know about you guys, but last spring I saw a whole bunch of people using these all over Twitter. And I was like, well, that sounds fun. I'm going to try and do that. I just needed something positive to work on and be creative during this hard time. So I'm going to be using my Google Classroom here, hopefully a few times in the fall to kind of see how it goes. But I wanted to share some of the steps and how to put your Google Classroom together today. So here we go. Let's roll. So again, welcome to my virtual gym. Pretty cool. This is actually my gym. I took a picture of it. I'm going to show you guys how to put that together. I'm going to show you how to get your Bitmoji on there if you desire to do that as well. A little bit about me. I am in my 11th year in the Buffalo Hanover Montrose School District. I teach adapted PE at Buffalo High School and Buffalo Community Middle School. And I also teach a section of middle school inclusive PE or unified PE at the middle school, obviously. And then at the high school, I teach unified PE there as well. So I have a section of middle school in the morning and a section of high school at the end of the day. I am a proud UW River Falls 2010 grad. Go Falcons. And I was hired in Buffalo the week I graduated. So it's been awesome to call Buffalo my home. And I am married to a physics teacher, and I have two beautiful little girls. One's going to be a first grader this year, so I am loving it. They're getting so grown up. So like I said, I found all this stuff on Twitter. And Twitter is one of the most amazing professional learning networks for FIA, DAPE, and Unified PE out there. I would highly encourage, if you are not on Twitter, to get on there because you get so many ideas. Especially in this time of distance learning and just silly different things that we have to work with within our teaching spaces or HPE at home, health PE at home. There's so much good stuff. So at Jen Heebink is my Twitter handle. Hop on there and find me. And our learning targets for today, because we always want to post those learning targets on the board, right? I can build a virtual classroom. I can link videos to my virtual classroom and feel more confident using my virtual classroom. Many of us will use these to post goals or help our kids work through goals and objectives, or be able to work through the standards at the same time. Obviously now in Minnesota, we're working with standard-based IEPs, and so that's going to be really important. So just so you, and then at the end, I'm going to show you some different ways you can use your virtual classroom. So to start, this was the thing that was the most confusing to me at first to try and figure out, because I didn't know what Bitmoji was. But on your phone, in order to have your Bitmoji on your virtual classroom, you need to download the Bitmoji app. And so from there, so this is the iPhone, this is what it looks like. You will be able to create your character, and you can make it look like you as much as you'd like. I think it's fun for your students to see you kind of in cartoon mode. So I'm going to see how my students do with that in the fall as well. And then after that, if you don't have Snapchat, you can sign in with your email. I think I signed in with Snapchat, even though I don't really use Snapchat, but obviously you can use your email as well. And then from here, this is the next kind of step that I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do this. So what you have to do is, when you're using Chrome, you have to go to the web store. So here's the website. And I apologize, my face is kind of off to the right-hand side. So if we miss anything word-wise, I apologize. But chrome.google.com/webstore, and then you search over here in the search box for Bitmoji, and this is what will come up. I have already added mine, so it's got that green ribbon across it that says added. And once you've added it, you will be able to see it in the upper right-hand corner. Normally where you X out of everything, you're gonna see it in the upper right-hand corner with your extension. So any extensions that you have are in the upper right-hand corner. And then, so when you click Bitmoji, you will be able to search for the Bitmoji that you would like to use. And I'm going to show you that as we build our own virtual classroom. So here we are, it's a blank page. So I am just in Google Slides, and I love Google Slides because it's pretty awesome. And so first of all, I am going to go to insert. I want to have my own picture of my own gym. So I'm going to upload from my computer, and here is my photo. And I'm just going to kind of expand it so it reaches across. Just so you know, we're going to spend a little bit of time creating this gym so that you can kind of see some different things. And I'm going to show you the different ways that you can use this gym as well. Okay, so next, we are going to go ahead and search, because I love having a whiteboard in my gym. I have a roller whiteboard I just bring with me wherever I go. So I'm going to search for a whiteboard, but the trick here is to add transparent to the back. And I'm going to show you why in a second. So if we do transparent, so here's the one that I like to use. As you can see, it's going to pop up, and it looks like it just kind of becomes part of the slide with no problems. And I can make it bigger or smaller. Now here's what happens if you do not put transparent next to whiteboard. You may end up with something like this, where it just kind of takes up the whole slide, and you don't want all that green wall in there. So this just makes it really nice and clean. Next, I am going to, let's add some, what are we going to work on today? So a class schedule. So let's insert text box. I'll make it the whole width of my whiteboard. And we're going to say, I can warm up. And that will be number 1 for us. Number 2 is going to say, I can stretch. So maybe we're doing some yoga today. And number 3, I can use the stability ball. Did I spell it right? Stability ball. Maybe you do some ball exercises. And then 4, I can have a dance party. I can dance. So, or you say, we'll say all done. Let's say all done. Okay, so just so you know, this is what it looks like so far. I'll present it. So it looks pretty good so far, right? So let's do some fun stuff. We are going to do our Bitmoji. So again, up in the upper right hand corner where your X and your extensions are, I have Bitmoji, and I'm going to type something that I want to use. So for warm-ups, I like to do jump roping sometimes, or I like to use the Bitmoji that is the jump rope. And I'm going to put her in the back as number 1. And I can make her bigger or smaller. And then my number 2, I'm going to type in here yoga and see what happens. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see this, but you have the option to put in a whole bunch of different kind of stretches here. And I love that they have the yoga pose with like what the pose actually is. So you have like warrior shadow, you have a flower shadow, you have a tree shadow here. I like to use, when I'm using Bitmoji for yoga, to have them click on something. I'm going to use this Bitmoji. I'm flexible. And then maybe I like to work with a stability ball. So I'm going to insert image, search from the web, and oops, I X'd out. Look at that. Image, search from web. And again, maybe I'll say therapy ball this time. Therapy ball. And we're going to say transparent. Last time I did stability ball and it didn't really bring up anything, but maybe. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, it's going to work. So now that it's huge, let's bring it down. And down, down, make it really small. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do to make it fun is I'm going to find my Bitmoji sitting. So I put sit, and maybe I grab this one to start. She's kind of just sitting there. Okay, so this is a problem because she's running into my board, and I'm going to show you a little trick here that I learned. In a second, I'll show you that. And then, so my last Bitmoji is all done. Let's see. Or we just say done, I think the last time. Done and done. Love it. Okay, let's use that one. Okay. Then the last one, I'm going to I want to show you a trick with this because it was really cool to me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a Bitmoji kind of peeking out from behind my whiteboard. So I'm just going to write peek, and there she is. Let's have her peek this way just because I want to show you the trick. So, so here she is peeking out from behind that, but it's kind of running into all the other Bitmojis and it's really busy and a mess. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to rotate, and I gotta, oops, 1 second, move myself up. I'm gonna rotate and flip horizontally. So now she's on the other side and now I have space, and she's just kind of peeking out saying, hey, here we go. So to put it all together, the last thing that we need to do is to kind of just link what we want to link to our Bitmojis. And this is kind of fun. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks with this. So first of all, I'm going to search in my G drive for my warm-up progression. And since last spring, I had a whole bunch of at-home warm-ups. I want to just link my warm-ups to this Bitmoji. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link, and I want to make sure down here that anyone on the internet can see this link. And it's got to be the link. It can't just be, you know, they want to be able to view it. They don't want to be able to change it. They just want to be able to view it. So let's see if I can get back to, here I go. So right here, I'm going to click my Bitmoji and I'm going to insert link. And right here, I can link my warm-up activities. So cool. I love it. Okay, so now you can see it's linked. Now I'm going to click on here and I'm going to teach you another trick, okay? So go to YouTube. You can find any link you want for yoga, but there's one specifically that I really like. It's kind of more authentic. And it's about an hour long, so I don't have the kids do everything. But what I do like, oops, that's not what I want. We are going to go YouTube and we're going to search Special Olympics Yoga. So here we go. This is the one I want. And I'm also, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to click on it. I don't want it to play. Sorry if you got that noise. I am going to, let's see. I'm going to get this link. So I want to copy the link to the YouTube video that I would like. We're going to go to safeyoutube.net. And this is a place where you can plug in a link. And then when you get this new link it's going to give you, you will not have the ads that normal Facebook would. They're safer. It's good for teachers and students. So I want you to be able to use this. And this is brand new to me. Again, this is another Twitter find. So here we can generate that link. And there we have the new link. And you're going to copy that. And now you do the same thing you just did. You're going to insert link. And you can right click it or you can go to insert. I might just go to insert. Insert link, and Here we go. And now we have that linked. And now ball exercises. So there is, I don't have a specific ball exercise routine yet. I would like to at some point make one. But there are these amazing videos from Special Olympics, and I'm gonna pull those up. It's called School of Strength. And these are all students with disabilities who are trained, and they have little, it's kind of like a mini playlist of all these amazing exercises. Sorry if you got that noise again, it was kind of loud. But I love School of Strength because they are like 6 minutes each, and each of the videos is like 6 minutes, but you like sweat. Like I did them with my students with my unified class, and I was like working hard. So I'm going to get the link again, same process. I'm going to go to Safe YouTube. Let's see if I can do it again. Here we go. Paste, generate link. And I know somewhere YouTube or Special Olympics has like a playlist of all these. I just wasn't able to find them in time. But so now I'm going to link that to this Bitmoji. And there you have it. So now here's what it's going to look like when it comes up. So for our schedule, I can warm up. So if we're doing jump rope or whatever we need to do for a warm up, it's going to link me right to my PowerPoint for that. And let's go back here. All right. And then if we are going to yoga for number 2, maybe it's like 5 minutes of stretching. There is our stretching routine. And this is getting kind of hard to see. Okay, and then again, clicking down here would bring you right to those School of Strength videos. So the next thing that we have to do is we need to save this to a PDF. And the easiest way, since I'm in a presentation right now, I'm going to make a copy of this whole slide and just open up a whole new slide. So when you do this on your own, you're just gonna have, it's gonna look like this for you. So you have that blank slide, and I'm just going to copy it and paste it. So there we go. Now you need to make a title. So I'm going to say Virtual Classroom 3 and file download to PDF. And once you have it as a PDF, you guys, you'll be able to share it and it will be clickable everywhere. And the thing with this is that when you keep it as a Google slide, I made this initially and it messed up my whole slide. Like if you share just the Google slide without making it a PDF, it will allow your viewers to click all over and mess with the emojis and they can change everything. So you don't want that. But here's what it looks like once you have it as a PDF. And then you can download it. And I think it probably already did download, and then you can save it in your documents, Virtual Classroom 3. And then you will be able to now go back and email that to people. You can put it in your, we use Google Classroom for our platform. So if you want to put it in there as an assignment, you'll be able to do that pretty easily now. So let's go ahead and get back to the rest of our presentation here. I'm going to X out, X out. So here we go. We're going to present again. I'm going to show you some different ways to use your Google Classroom, especially for our kids who are either a little bit more advanced, or there are some students that we need to be able to use this very effectively with no verbal direction. And so For a kid who is maybe more independent, maybe he's in middle school, high school, maybe you set this up for them and then they can do it. So they just have a schedule, 1, 2, 3, all done. So, you know, warm up, stretch, play soccer, all done. Like that would be a really easy thing to do. Another way, I actually just came up with this as I was thinking through, but if you have a kid who maybe only comes down once or twice a week, and we kind of can help them recognize the day of the week it is. Wednesdays, maybe you have a dance party. You could use a first then statement or a first then visual like I have here. And if that kid loves to scooter, maybe you do the unpreferred activity first using this virtual classroom, and then you can have them, you know, like it's like a visual schedule. So the dance party, and right here, this is gonna come straight up, and my kids love the Watch Me Dance. It's a hit still. Again, I've used that safe YouTube link and I've been able to create that. So maybe you have the student do the unpreferred activity first, and then you use the scooter for choice time or whatever you want to do here. But the nice thing with this is that you can just copy this slide over and over and over, and you could just switch out your Bitmojis or switch out your little visuals here. So I like that. If you have a kid who is like a junior or senior and you're working on independence and trying to figure out what they like to do outside of school, I think this is the list of the Special Olympic School of Strength. Yep. So I have that going for me there so they can click on a video or two. But then if it's the end of the week, what I love about this virtual classroom is that first you do your muscular strength stuff. And then since it's Friday, you need to do your reflection. In my unified PE class, I have all kids do a reflection either weekly or bi-weekly. And what I've done here is some of my kids have goals where they're working on that standard 5 enjoyment. What do you like to do? What are you going to do beyond high school? Stuff like that. So they can fill out this form, and this is their evidence of reflection. And kind of working on that standard 5 a little bit. So I really like that. Let me see if I can move this little tab. There we go. So you can, this is again, you hit that post-it transparent in your search box in your kind of clip art area. And then you can, again, hyperlink that reflection. And again, it's Friday. You can say, hey, Friday, yay. But this was my first Google Classroom, and I wanted to just share it with you because I thought it was a pretty good job. So I have all those things that I showed you linked here. And then when they're all done, they click on all done and they do that reflection. And then I like to do like a 3-step schedule for the day. So I can, whatever is my target, learning target, I can do a warm up, core strength, activity. At the end, we always say, cheer, go Bison. You're always part of a team when you're in my class. And then they fill out the form. So that was one of the at-home activities. I thought, well, if we have to do this again in the fall, I might use this, and I'm still probably going to use it. But I just quickly, let's see how much time I have. Not much. I am going to show you some other people's resources really quick. So Mr. Hamilton on Twitter, he was the one that he kind of did a interactive Bitmoji classroom. There is a Bitmoji classroom in here that actually goes through an entire field day, and it is really cool. So if you guys want to get really techie and advanced, try that. And then the other one I wanted to give a shout out to is Andrew Milne, and he is right here. And this is what I initially used. I just want to show you some of these amazing classrooms. Okay, so we have one person. This is Carla Duff. She does like a self-calming room, self-care. And then Miss Matheson, she taught in Rockford. I think she's moved over to Chaskatchewan maybe, or Minnetonka, but this is hers. She actually has music on hers. And then this is another one. And this one will also walk through step by step, just as I am doing. And then here's some really cool ones. So book flicks, We have a Phi Ed teacher that makes videos, and he made his Netflix. And then the last one is kind of cool. I think this is pretty creative. This is the Starbucks one. So I just want to show you guys those. And I just wanted to know, as I wrap up, share 2 things that you could use this year to finish up. I'm just really grateful that you guys are here. So in the comments, share 2 things that that you're going to be taking and using this year. And I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome fall. Thanks for coming. Again, I'm Jen Heebink. Any questions, put them in the comments, and I will do my best to help you. Thank you.